Hi everyone, my name is Chris from Copper Bay Digital, and today I wanted to talk to you about your website and the design of your website. So there's lots of reasons to kind of review your website and understand whether it's doing the right thing for you. That could be the user experience, how kind of your visitors are managing to find and navigate the site. That can be the feature set, so has it got the right tools, has it got the right elements on the site to help convert them. But also one of the key things is just around the design it is of the site. So that is, you're talking your brand colors, you're talking just the images you're using, you're talking just generally the look and feel of that site. So what we've done today is speak to our designers in Copper Bay Digital to get 5 key points of why you should be looking at your design and whether it's time to actually improve that design, or which may include a rebuild or maybe just a reskin of your website. And these are 5 points of what you should be looking at to see whether your design actually meets your business needs at the moment. Point number 1 is, does your website represent your brand well? Now, I've had, as a perfect example for this, we spoke to a customer recently. You saw their brand on social media, you saw them on Google My Business, you saw just how they were interacting. They were quite a bright colors. They had a bright color scheme. Their logo was quite bright. They engaged with their people quite heavily. They're a very people-focused business. They had lots of team days. They just had a really engaging, really exciting kind of business. You felt like it was a great place to work. You looked at the website and it was very dark, grays. It was blacks. It just didn't match their brand. The messaging on the website wasn't matching their brand. Nothing. You could almost see there were 2 separate businesses. So does your brand message appear right on your website? Does it reflect actually who you are as a business? And even down to, we've seen this before, where people have actually rebranded in their offline materials but forgot to update their website or didn't focus on their website. So just make sure your brand represents, your website represents your brand. It's really important and something really obvious. If it doesn't, then it's just that continuity is lost and people just don't see. Worst thing you want is people to land on your website and go, is this actually even the right company? Point number 2 is using a design that isn't full width. Now, this is a bit of an old one, but you'd be surprised we still see websites out there that do this. So back in the day when you're building websites, you focus purely on the width. When I was first building websites, you're talking like 600 pixel wide. Then we went up to 800, 1000, 1200. Now we're kind of 1800 pixels wide. The website width, as your screens have grown, as the resolution on screens have grown or improved, shall I say, you can just effectively fit more into that real estate. You can use the space better. You can do now. So just make sure if you have a website that's a very single column or really just looks really thin and just doesn't feel like it's filling the browser very well, and you've probably got quite an old site. Anything that's built anything 10 years plus, definitely. If it's 5 years plus, hopefully the designers you used back then were using the right technology and the right mindset on how to build a site. But yeah, if you find your website it's quite thin, doesn't seem to fill the browser, then you've definitely got an issue with the width of your website, and it's lacking that space that kind of a wider style website will give. So following on from that point is responsiveness. So is your site responsive? Now this is really important because the majority of our clients that we work with, all but one that we work with, the majority of their traffic is from mobile phones. We've all got mobile phones. We know about those. We know that people browse websites on mobile phones. They do searches on mobile phones. Google will rank according to how responsive your site is. It will definitely make the responsive sites rank higher than non-responsive sites. So just does your website give a good experience for users on mobile phones? Really important and something you definitely need to. If you're not doing that now, it's an immediate reason to look at your site to improve it. So 4th point is your website is cluttered with unnecessary content and features. Now, again, this can happen a lot from design by committee, where you've got your HR department, you've got your operations, you've got your sales, you've got your MD, you've got your sort of marketing team, all wanting to throw their ideas and all have their content on the website. You've got different sections. Your navigation might have 10 points and the 10 kind of drop downs at the top and all of that, and each one of those drop downs have got three points in there, or 6 or 12. It's just cluttered with elements, and it just makes it a really difficult site to understand what to actually do next. Most people's sites usually have 1, 2, or maybe even 3 personas that they're trying to focus on, 3 types of customers, 3 types of problems it's trying to solve. the site should be focused on those. And so your design of your website should reflect that. And that's not to say you can't have all that extra content on there, but there's ways and means of sub-navigations and footer navigations. There's ways and means of kind of separating that out so it doesn't confuse the user on their first visit. And the final point number 5, is website loading times. Now, design can have a huge impact on this. Really large graphics, just having too much kind of unformatted, badly structured code. These are all things that can really slow down websites. Obviously, server infrastructure as well, but that's kind of from the technical point of view. A slow website is obviously a terrible experience. And again, this is a real key ranking functionality for Google, especially on mobile phones. And as we've said, mobile phones probably is your highest, biggest number for devices. Well, 60, 70, maybe 80% of your visitors might be on mobile phone. So having a fast website will drastically improve that kind of experience for users and will just, again, help you with rankings. And just you'll find that if people throw numbers out there like half a second, sort of quarter of a second or something like that, or 2 seconds, whatever that number is, it doesn't really matter in some ways, because it's just the fact that your site should be rapid. It should be they click on your site from the search engine and it loads very quickly. And if not, people do tend to press back, go to the next site, click the next one. That one loads faster. Great. Sometimes they just think the site's broken. People have got very little patience nowadays. So having a fast website is really important. So there are 5 points that we've just put together for why to kind of look at the design of your website and some of the reasons to look for improving your website. Hopefully they were useful. Please take a look at your site, put them against those 5 points. And if you have any questions, give me a shout. Thank you.